Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. That helps the channel tremendously. Now this video is about the charging part of this pack of battery. I have a previous video that I discharged it, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so that one is discharged. It's at 46, but it discharged up to 39. You got to watch the video to see what did happen. And I wanted to see how this thing works, how the H cells, when it's discharging, how it works out. So I believe one time this cell went all the way very low, cell number 11. It could be the connection is not great. It could be. Cell number 11, it could be the connection wasn't great, so I taped them because this is temporary stuff. Now I'm going to try to charge it, guys. I'm going to go to the garage and charge it. It's going to be a fast charge. I'm going to see how much charge it's going to take. I think my BMS doesn't want to discharge, so that's maybe a problem. I think the BMS doesn't want to discharge when it's fully operational, when it's hooked up to the system. But now I'm going to go back there. I'm going to use this guy to charge it. This is going to be a fast charge. I don't know if the wires can handle it, but we're going to see. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. It helps the channel tremendously if you didn't do so. If you're done, if you already did it, no big deal. You can comment it and share it to other people. Anyway, let me go ahead and disconnect this. Let me turn this thing off. Okay, close it. Now I'm gonna go back there and settle the whole thing on the system. Then you'll get to see how I'm gonna charge it. Okay guys, I have the setup ready. So my BMS is on. See, the light is on, and this is the BMS. Okay guys, now it's not connected fully. Let me show you what I did. Okay, this is the positive. Okay, this one is positive. I hook it up somewhere there, and this thing here, that's a positive of the system. Now this is my negative. So my negative, I tied that to the BMS. BMS says discharging, right? And charging. So right now I hook up this wire there. Now I'm just gonna see if I can take this thing, guys. I gotta touch this thing in here. It shouldn't be no problem. It shouldn't be no spark. But I never done it before, guys. Or I can use this thing, turn it off. Or turn it off. Turn that off too. If I turn both off, there shouldn't be no power going through. Let's see if this BMS does the job. Okay, guys. See if I can touch this thing. No power. Okay, no power. Okay, guys, you see no power going in. Okay, make sure this thing is very tight. Okay, make sure it's tight. Okay, guys, now let me back up a little bit. Now this is what's gonna happen. This battery is at 49. Okay, 46. Now the type, all the system is at 53. So there should be a rush of current going to this battery, going to this one. This is the fast charging I'm gonna do. We're gonna try to see if we can do it by charging this guy. The BMS is supposed to work. You're supposed to cut it off at 100 amp. Okay, you're supposed to cut it off 100 amp. Let's see what's gonna happen, guys. That's right. You see, I went up. There's a rush of current gonna go to. You're gonna keep going to it. It doesn't allow me, guys. This doesn't allow me. This BMS is all right. So I'm going to disconnect this and then see if I can reset it like that if it works. So disconnect that. See if this thing will start charging. I didn't do nothing wrong. This thing's supposed to work. This thing doesn't like rush current. What I'm going to do, unplug this, plug it back, and I'm going to plug this wire and plug it back in. And that should be fine. Let me pause this for 2 seconds. Okay, guys, I unplug all the wires. because I unplug all the wires, this is the reading it gave me. I never done this before. I just wanted to take a look at it. Okay, if I unplug all the 2 wires, this is what it does for me. Let's see if they do the charging. It's not gonna do the charging. Hey, well, it doesn't do the charging, guys. So I then need to close this, close the program, close it. Now I plug the wires. Let me see if I can do that with one hand. Oh, it's not set yet. Alright guys, I can't do it with one hand. Let me go ahead and do it 2 hands. Okay guys, the wire's back in. Let's see what this BMS tells me about. Okay. Wires come back in. Okay, everything's look good the way it was before. Okay, let's see if this thing will allow me to charge, guys. This will be a rush current. I don't know if you can do both of them at the same time. There shouldn't be no power going in. It shouldn't do no spark. This thing shouldn't do no spark. It shouldn't. But it does, so we can actually see that. Okay. Very well. Yeah, I can smell it. It does some spark. It does some spark, and it doesn't allow me to charge. I can't charge it that way. I gotta bypass the BMS. The BMS doesn't like those shocks. I don't have a breaker. That's my problem, guys. I don't have a breaker. I set this thing to a breaker. I switched the breaker. I think something wrong with the BMS. I believe strongly something wrong with the BMS. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do here. I can bypass the BMS, you know. You can plug it in, bypass the BMS, and end of the story. Guys, I still have the same problem. Now I went up. Let me show you what I did. Okay, I went to function. And they're gonna reset the capacity. It's gonna take a little time, and it's gonna go up. No sparks. See, it went up. So this is doing fast charging. I don't know how much current's going to. I don't know how much current going to, guys. I do not understand what's going on right now. So I'm being honest with you guys. Now I go up. Okay, so I'm gonna do it multiple times till I fully charge the battery. It looked like it doesn't like the amps going to. Okay, function, reset capacity. By the time you went back there, you're gonna see this thing moving. See, it move. I'm at 50. I'm at 58. I'm gonna continue with it multiple times, guys. It looks like the current going to he's stopping it. Okay. Let's see. This is not the right way though. If I had a breaker, I can switch the breaker back and forth, back and forth. I don't have a breaker here, and they die. They die. I got multiple breakers. They're all gone. I'm gonna keep doing this, guys. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Maybe it's protecting the battery. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do it again. Now let's see where we're at. I'm at 49. It still says it can discharge. It said the temperature 150. It shouldn't be. I always said the temperature 150. That could be a problem. Oh well, let me reset this thing, guys, and see what happened. That could be that. I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2 temperatures there. It's 151 of them. Let's see what it looks like, guy. Hey, I'm getting charged. If it's, let me see if I can change the temperature, guys. I don't know what temperature it is right now. It's 150. Let me readjust the thing to 25. Adjust. Yes. Oh yeah, it was the problem. You guys see this? It was the temperature. Look at this. It's working. Nobody told me this. I just tried something. Look at this, guys. Ay, ay, ay. This is live, you know. This is live. Well, the video was going to be delayed, but I didn't know how to do this. Look at the charge. I'm charging. The temperature was too high. He just cut it off. The problem wasn't the temperature. Look at this. It wasn't the temperature. I just guessed it. I didn't know I can change things from there. They give you charge time. I didn't see that. I'm at 53. There's nothing wrong with the BMS. Temperature was too high. 150 degrees. It's not gonna good. Why do you think 150? That's a fast charge. I'm being charged, guys. See, we learned something today. So it's all about the temperature. If the temperature is high, you can change the temperature right there. Because this is temperature number 1. This is 2 and 3. So always says temperature 150. Don't know. Just go ahead and change the temperature. You're good. You address it, and that's it. Let's see what you can read from there. It would be nice this thing can tell me how much amperage I'm getting in there and how much I'm getting out of it. It tell me the amperage, so I need to know the total. Now it's being charged. Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at how the battery is being charged. Look at it zooming out. Guys, I'm doing this video because I wanted to know when you're charging it how it works. So the connection of the wires is, pay attention to that. Sometimes it gives you false reading if the connection is not correct. So I have a previous video. I didn't know what was wrong with it, so I'm gonna link that video in here. If you guys watching the previous video, watching this, you'll know what the problem is. I think the BMS, there's nothing wrong with the BMS. It just doesn't dial the temperature. So now I know the temperature is something you can change. Let me time. How long it take me to charge this? This you can change the time. You can change the temperature. Okay. I think this tablet gonna die. Well, folks, the video is about this, the BMS and the battery pack, how we charge it. And look at it. It looks beautiful. It looks good. All the cells moving well. Look at it, it's 0.2, 0.02 balancing. This is pretty good. I thought the BMS was a problem. It looks like the BMS is not a problem, guys. My tablet's about to die, guys. In the volume, the tablet's about to die, so. Alright, let me go charge the tablet and let's see what happened, guys. I will show you at the end of it. Let me pause this video and go get the charger for the battery, for the tablet. Okay, guys, the reason I did this video, I wanted to know how this thing charge, how it discharge. It's clearly, even though it's clearly how they discharge. Do not know how they do it like that. When you take all the juice out of the battery, this is how they charge. You guys saw this thing live. It's still charging, and the difference between each is about 0.02. That's why it's not balancing, because I had it set at 0.03. Okay, so this is actually do the job. I thought the BMS was messed up. It was the temperature. So when I was trying to discharge it from the BMS, it wasn't doing that the other day. So I have a previous video on that. Now the system fully operational. It's just charging. Okay, the whole battery is charging it fast. That was a fast charge, because the reason it's doing this because the top of the battery is at 52.2. 52.2. It's still being charged. Okay. I think this one is the other BMS, and that one I didn't think anything wrong with it, so it's working. I have a third one here. It just stopped lighting up. Don't know why. So, but obviously now we found that problem. It wasn't discharging because the temperature was 150. It's a good thing I saw that. I type it and you can change it actually. Okay, folks. The reason of the reason of this is I wanted to know how it charge if it were balanced, because I have a lot of them. I have this video has an archive, something like I can look into it, because I'm about to double the battery. So in other words, I'm gonna flat all the heads here, put two of them on top of each other, become two batteries. That's the intention. I don't have that much space to put one on top, one on the bottom as I have it previously, and I'm looking to take about 30 amps on this battery. And you can see the thing was at 40 something amp going down. So the wire is, well, the wire will not, for a brief second ago it did that, but I will not trying to take more out of it, because there's going to be a lot of them here. So there's no way I take 5 amp on each battery. That's why I have this wire. This is 10 gauge wire. I have several videos on this, guys. Look at my channels, you will see a bunch of videos on those batteries. A123 batteries. Earlier a subscriber asked me how did I cut them. I said, alright, I sent him the link. So I sent him the link, guys. This video is all about, it's just about how this thing charged. I wanted to see how it charged, because I have a lot of them. I couldn't tell, because all those cells was linked to each other all the way here. You see, all the way from there. This is a connection I had for them. Okay, I will no longer put them here because of the wires going through. I'm putting them somewhere else in a different country. That's what I had it for. I'm in New York. Then I keep those guys. This is more quiet, nicer. This is the one I'm gonna keep here, guys. I'm gonna keep those type here too. I'm gonna put them in here. So in the future, can I keep watching? Don't forget to watch my videos and subscribe if you did not subscribe. So look at this, guys. You see, this thing was all over the place. It was all over. It was all over. I discharge it, and see how they discharge equally though. When they recover, they didn't recover equally. I have a previous video. If you look at my previous video, I'm going to link the previous video. When I discharge it, I discharge it equally, and when I discharge it was equally. When I charging it charged equally too. But when you recover, they're all over the place. They are unbalanced. Okay, we saw the real deal. It's still charging. Okay, guys, I don't know why it does a spark there. Shouldn't do the spark. Why does it do the spark? So Maybe this thing has a capacity on them. Yeah, they do. Okay, folks. Now I'm gonna end this video on this note. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the channel. I got more videos like this coming up, guys. Right now I'm gonna go discharge another one the same time. Okay. This is the main purpose I'm doing this, because I wanted to see the connection does something to do with it. You see the connection, those two batteries? You see the connection, guys, of those two batteries? Because I have a 12 volt here and a 36 together, and this is the connection I made for them. I wanted to know if it's affected the battery discharging. When I discharged it, it was good. They didn't all over the place, and when I charged it, they were not all over the place too. That's why I use the BMS to charge this battery. I can see it. But it's a good thing I didn't bypass the BMS. I was about to bypass it. Now I have another one. I'm going to discharge it again, and I'm going to have it on video, but I will not show you how I charged it back because it's the same thing. I just want to see how it looks like. I may make a video on that. Okay, folks? Until then, see you later.